Hey everyone, Jason here, architect working in Toronto since 2016, and this is part of my daily episode thing that I'm doing. Yeah, today was a good day. To be honest, I'm exhausted. It is Tuesday, December 5th, December 6th, something like that. I'm exhausted. Got to the office, 9 o'clock, kind of typical. Had to buy some coffee. So my wife, she found this company. You should look them up. I'll put a link in the description below. It's called Coffee Ecology. And what they do is they deliver by electric vehicle or by electric scooter. They deliver coffee beans, roasted coffee beans from local roasteries to businesses. I think they also do residences, residential, like for families kind of thing. But it's roasted on, like, you order it on you place the order on a Sunday. It's a rolling subscription. It gets roasted on Tuesday and gets delivered on Friday. So then what that ensures is the beans are fresh every time we get them. But now with COVID kind of rolling down in a way, the pandemic rolling down in a way, more people have been coming to the studio. And we share office space with a structural engineer and us architects. We're two different companies, but together on a full day, it is like 16 people in the office. It's bananas. It's a bonanza. And so coffee is being consumed at a astronomical pace, which is, it's fine. It keeps everyone, sharp and excited about the work and all that stuff. And, it's a stimulant. It's a cheap, legal stimulant. And so, yeah, we're going through coffee faster than usual. And I'm running out of coffee earlier than I expected. So today's Tuesday, but usually our 3 bags of coffee lasts us 2 weeks. Now that 3 bags of coffee makes it to the Tuesday of the next week. So now we've upped it to 2 bags every week. But that doesn't start until next week. So I had to go across the street to a Shy Coffee Company. It's this really good coffee shop just about across the street from our office. I'll put a link in the description below as well, but for that roastery, that coffee shop. Picked up a big bag, and on the way there I bumped into an old friend. This is a friend that I used to play Ultimate Frisbee in my leaner, less chunky days. And we used to play on the same team together, and we bumped into each other. It was really nice. It's kind of this weird nostalgia, seeing old friends. She had gotten married during the pandemic. I got married in the pandemic as well. So that was kind of like she introduced me to her husband. And I was like, whoa! So that was a nice blast from the past. And when I picked up the coffee, we passed by each other again. So it's just kind of this crossing of paths. Yeah, got back to the office, and honestly, it was preparing ourselves for there was a 4 o'clock meeting that I have been concerned about, because, like, you want good deliverables for client meetings. And in this particular case, it's not really our fault. We're waiting on some numbers from various contractors. We're in this kind of things are in flux, and when things are in flux, we don't have much to present. We just have progress to report. And so in this case, that's where we're at. And so it's like I hope the client's okay. Like, I hope they're not disappointed with our work. I'm a licensed architect. I run a licensed firm. We have a certificate of practice. We have all the checks, and we have all the checks for any fully licensed architectural practice. But I suffer from imposter syndrome all the time. And I don't know if that ever goes down. I just, like, I'm in my mid to late 30s, but considered a young architect. So there's always this kind of fear in the back of my head. And so that kind of lingers. And so for the good part of the day, it's like approaching this kind of 4 o'clock meeting. That's, oh, what's going to happen? 3 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock meeting. But that's okay. That's okay. We had some work in the morning. And then we had a lunch and learn. So at 12 noon, we did, product reps, people that provide, materials or assemblies, building stuff, construction stuff. They usually, back in the day before the pandemic, they would always do these things called lunch and learns, where they show you their product. They go through what their product can do, how it's applicable to the work that we do, and we can field questions like, what's the lead time? How long does it take to produce? Is it coming in locally? Does it cost a lot? Like all this stuff. Is there environmental standards that we're circumventing? Is there all this stuff? And it's a great way for them to advertise, to get marketing, and it gets their product into buildings, because it could be something that we're not thinking about, and all of a sudden it kind of lights up in our brains to apply it to our projects. But then on the flip side for us, they provide a lunch. They provide a lunch for us to eat, and like the staff, we love that. It's a free lunch. How are you ever going to be disappointed in that? In this day and age, it was a virtual lunch and learn, so they just provided Uber gift cards, and they provided a great lunch and learn. It was a Durock. That's a company that does EIFS. EIFS is an exterior insulating finishing system. And basically all that is exterior styrofoam or extruded polystyrene or expanded polystyrene on the outside face, insulating the building with a stucco finishing on the outside. There's complete with the mesh and all that stuff. There's a whole system to it. And they were explaining that we have a project out near Windsor that's retrofitting a whole bunch of houses, about 200 houses, and it's making these houses perform better thermally. So because of that project, they're very gracious to provide also this lunch and learn, and they're a little more open to it. If we were just not we're not speccing their product, their system in our projects, most likely they wouldn't do this kind of lunch and learn with us to show us their stuff. So it was great. We had a great lunch. I'll put a link in the description for Durock as well. And yeah, we're moving into the holiday season. So there is one of my staff members brought a puzzle in from last year's Secret Santa, and it's one of these impossible puzzles. I'll try to put a screenshot of that here. And it's Olaf from Frozen, but then just like leaves, just like little leaves, and it's like a 1,000-piece puzzle. Oh, it's like impossible. It's like impossibly hard. And so that's just going on in the background in our office now. So like someone can take 5-10 minutes to just take a break and just kind of work on this puzzle. And so that started up today, and it'll be ongoing for, I guess, the rest of the month because it's so difficult. Anyway, we kept working, and then had the 3 o'clock meeting, which is great. And then I had a 4 o'clock meeting that Cameron led, that was about talking about contractors, about this underpinning project and upper story. It's a pretty complicated project, but yeah, the difficulty here is there's a contractor that has the client's ear, and it gets difficult in those situations because then it's like our word against theirs. And trust your architect. If you've hired an architect, try to trust them as best as possible. That's our job, is to be like your chief advocate, your chief advisor for your clients. It's tough when contractors have a client's ear, but it's fine. Then yeah, I'm on my way home, and yeah, it's been a day. So that's it for today, for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this, please subscribe and follow along. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Bye.